So hi everyone, it's Kelly, your advisor in the online degree completion program, and welcome to this short advising video. Summer term begins on Monday, May 6th, so the next 2 weeks are advising weeks here in the ODC program. So it's a chance for me, your advisor, to just check in and see how things are going for those of you that are already enrolled and have been taking classes, and then for those of you that are going to be starting this summer. It's just a chance to make sure you're set and to just see that you're ready to go. But for everybody, for both groups, the most important thing that I'm going to be doing is working with you to decide just what classes you're going to be registering for summer term. Of course, that will happen through one-on-one interaction that I'll have with each of you. But in this video, what I'm going to do is cover some general things that are applicable and apply to everyone, and just good information for everyone to know. And it'll save me from having to do it again or just redo it for every one of you individually. So I'm doing it in a video format just because I want to have a couple different options for folks. Sometimes video is easier and quicker, but I'll also follow up with an email with all of the information that I'm going to be covering on this video. So don't take notes and look for some more info. Probably tomorrow I'll get that out. And then later on, starting tomorrow and going into next week, I'll be contacting each of you individually and just working with you to discuss your particular situation and figure stuff out. So as you know, each term in the ODC program is 16 weeks long, and each of those is divided into two 8-week sessions. So session number 1 runs from May 6th until June 28th, and then session number 2 runs from July 1st to August 23rd. And I'll work with you to decide what courses you want to take. And in just a little bit, I'll show you what those courses are, and I'll email that out. But I'll make sure that you're signing up for courses that move you forward to graduation. So they're going to be courses that you need either as part of your major or to satisfy your Hamline plan requirements. And that's going to be different for everybody because each student transferred in different credits and different courses from their previous institutions. So after you and I have that discussion about the courses you want to sign up for, I'll be the one that actually gets you registered for those courses. And we'd like to have everyone registered for summer term by April 15th. That's 3 weeks before the start of session 1. So Hamline plan requirements, just as a reminder, the Hamline plan is what we call our general education requirement, and it's those courses that make up the liberal arts. And it's meant to provide you with a series of applicable skills such as critical thinking and problem solving and communication that are all tied in with graduation requirements, but also tied in with what employers are looking for in college graduates. In the Hamline plan, it's not a set number of courses. Instead, it focuses on certain skills that you can learn in a variety of subjects. And those skills all have Hamline plan letters attached to them. So collaboration, for instance, is a C, global engagement is a G, and so on and so on. You should refer to the official degree evaluation that you received from me when you were admitted into the program, just to see what Hamline plan letters you have left to complete. So I want to talk a little bit about full-time and part-time status. To be considered a full-time student, you need to take at least 3 courses during the 16-week term. The decision to go full-time or part-time should be made based on what kind of course loads you think you can handle. Online courses are very convenient and give you a lot of flexibility about when you do your work. But as you know, they also require a lot of discipline and just keeping up with weekly assignments and discussion posts. I know many of you, I've gotten to know you through the admissions process and working with you as your advisor. I know many of you have demanding work lives and family obligations, so you need to take all of that into consideration as you think about full-time and part-time and just how many courses you're going to take each session. You can take up to 2 each session, but again, you might only want to take 1. And as I put together your initial course schedule that I will email out to you, I usually assume that students want to go full-time, but when I send that to you, we can go back and forth and talk about your options and just come up with a decision that makes the most sense for you right now. But we'll talk about that. One note I do want to just point out about full-time and part-time is going below full-time may impact your financial aid package. So if you have questions about that, you should contact Lynette, our Director of Financial Aid, to discuss to see what kind of impact going from full-time to part-time might mean for you. All right, degree evaluation. All of you received this from me when you were admitted to the program. This one is specifically for psychology students in the psychology major, but it is your roadmap to graduation and lays out what courses you have left to complete in your major and the Hamline plan. As you can see, it's divided into 3 sections. That top section up here it just sort of is the prereqs for the program. The middle section are the courses that are in your major, and some of you are bringing in direct equivalent of those, so you will have a little check mark in that MET column, meaning you don't need to take that course, that you have fulfilled it by with other coursework at your previous institutions. And then that bottom section is the Hamline plan area, and again, some of you will be bringing in some of those Hamline plan requirements, and you'll have others that you'll need to meet. And then just a reminder that at the bottom, the minimum number of credits that you need to graduate are 128. It's 128 credits that make up a Hamline degree. So I'll email that out to you again, even though you should all have copies of that. But it's important just to sort of, again, use that as your roadmap to make sure you're getting the coursework and the courses you need to graduate. So our summer term course options. I want to just say a couple things about summer term. So you all know this is a new and growing program, which is awesome. But because of that, over the next couple of terms, there's going to be some limited options as far as what courses are offered each session. And that might be especially true for those of you that are transferring in a lot of courses that meet the Hamline plan and maybe even courses in your major. Everyone is going to have a minimum of 56 credits that they have to complete at Hamline in order to get the Hamline degree. But again, there's going to be a wide variation on just what people need. So that might mean that there will be a session where the courses we're offering are not ones that you need, and you should not take a course that you don't need. I'll work with each of you individually to determine that. And the most important thing is that you are not taking or paying for courses that you don't need and won't help you graduate. And I'll always work to make sure and ensure that that happens. All right, let's just take a look at this. So session 1. We have 3 courses that we're going to be offering. The TSEM, or the Transfer Seminar. Ideally, the Transfer Seminar is intended to be the very first course that students take in the program, and it will be offered in session 1 every term. So any student who's starting in the program this summer, the TSEM will be one of your classes that you'll take in session 1. You have the option to take a second class if you want to, or you might just want to just start with the TSEM. It will be up to you. And for those of you that started the program in session 2 this spring, you're going to need to take TSEM in the summer too, so that you have that done and completed. The second course that we're offering is COM 1650, Argumentation and Advocacy. It's a required course in the program, and many of you will need that. Some of you have transferred it in, but many of you will need that course. And then the other one is Management 3100, Foundations of Management. Now you'll see in parentheses after that course, you'll see there's a C and an O. That means that course has the Hamline Plan letters of collaboration and speaking intensive. And for some of you that are psychology majors, I may be recommending that you take Management 3100 because this course fulfills those letters. And if you need one or both of those letters, this is a great way to do that. So session 2, we're going to be offering 2 courses, Philosophy of Art, and then the psychology course, Brain and Behavior. The philosophy course, as you can see, satisfies 3 Hamline Plan letters in fine arts, diversity, and the humanities. That's awesome. I call it the trifecta of courses because that one course satisfies 3 Hamline Plan letters. And like I said, for the psych students taking a management course, I might be recommending that some of you business majors take the psych course because it does fulfill one of the natural science requirements, the one that doesn't have a lab attached to it. So that's a possibility. So I will send this out and you can take a little more detailed look at all of that. So that's a general overview of advising and what to expect when I get in touch with you starting tomorrow. But expect to hear from me more, and we can go back and forth on making the right decision. You know, we can do email, and I'm happy to do a Google Hangout, and I can, or we can talk in person on the phone if people like that better, instead of that back and forth with the email. And I can make myself available on the evenings or weekends. But again, we'd like to have everyone registered by April 15th. All right, that's all. I'll follow this up with an email with everything I just talked about, and then I'll be in touch with all of you soon. Take care. I hope you're getting outside these beautiful days and enjoying the weather. All right, bye.